How's it going, everyone? Music Lover back with another episode, and today I would like to first apologize for the mishap that we had last week, or that I had last week. I had finished the video, was getting ready to send it out, and realized that my framing issue that I thought was minor was very drastic, and my video looked like complete crap, and I did not want to bring out something that is absolutely hideous to look at, because that's not what I'm about. I want to make decent quality, and that did not look good at all. So I wanted to restart. I was going to do it earlier this week as well, but I got sick, which is very rare for me. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm still not 100%. But so yeah, it's just been a mess the couple days, and I apologize. But anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to do something a little different. I want to see what you guys think of this. Since this is a celebration video, I want to do a little bit more editing and see if you guys like this, because I've watched a couple videos on YouTube, and sometimes they're more entertaining if it's just pictures, so I want to see what you guys think. Go ahead and comment down below, and let's see if you guys like this better, or if you like me talking in front of the camera better. It's all up to you. But so this video is going to be a Q&A. Most of the questions, or all of the questions, are going to be from Little Lost Devil, because this person is epic. I'm going to make this a two-part video because when I originally recorded it, it was almost an hour long, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to hear me for over an hour talk about myself. So I'm going to do this in two parts so y'all don't suffer because wow, that was a lot of talking. But anyway, I'm going to jump right into it with the first question. So the first question of the day is, what are my top 3 manga covers? And when I did this, it was almost impossible to go into detail of what my favorite, like my 3 favorite were, because it's a very difficult thing for me to do. So I ended up having to pick 5, and these are in no in particular order because it is like picking children, and it is very, very difficult. But anyway, let's get into it. So the first one I'm going to say is Tokyo Ghoul Volume 7. Tokyo Ghoul Volume 7 I think is a fan favorite, and for good reason. It is one of the most beautiful covers I have ever seen, one of the most badass covers I have ever seen, and it's simple yet complex at the same time. And I'm not an art major, so I can't go into super detail, but I just love how the red and black mix with the white, and just how you can you could see the difference in the character from the beginning to this, and it's just absolutely epic, and I love it. And it is one of my all-time favorite covers. It is one of the reasons I picked up the manga, because the covers are fantastic. So that was one of the ones I picked up, and it has slowly became one of my top 5s. The next one is Made in Abyss Volume 3. So Made in Abyss Volume 3 is absolutely gorgeous. I love the blues. I love that it has my 2 favorite characters on it. Even though it is a very dark time in the series, I absolutely adore this volume. This cover is so gorgeous. Just something about these volumes altogether with Made in Abyss is absolutely perfect. A lot of people have mixed feelings about Made in Abyss, but I think it's very good. I kind of skip over the parts that kind of make me uncomfortable because I'm not going to say it's normal over there. I'm not sure how it works over there. I don't want to be rude or disrespectful, but culture differences, so it's different. So I don't know. I'm just gonna drop it there. I don't know what's going on, and I don't want to cause any trouble. But anyway, Volume 3 is absolutely perfect to me because 1, you got the bunny, 2, you got Reg, and they're both amazing, and I love them. It's such a beautiful cover. I can't say anything other than that. It's just, I love blue, and it's like my second favorite color, and it's just a mix of that with my favorite characters, and it just, you can't beat it. Like, the only thing that'd make it better if it had more orange in it, or like if it had orange in it, because that is beautiful. But anyway, yeah, that is one of my top 5 favorite covers. And I also wanted to mention, before I forget, that these top 5 covers are the ones that are in my library. So there's probably a bunch of covers out there that I love that are not in my library, but I wanted to focus on my stuff because I am not sure the numbers on those ones that are not in my library. But anyway, let's move on to the next one. So my next all-time favorite is My Hero Academia Volume 12. So this is without a doubt, one of my all-time favorites for multiple reasons. One, it's got a lot of my favorite characters on it. Two, Deku is looking badass. Three, it has got my favorite colors on it. And it's just so pleasing to the eye. Everything pops the way it should pop, and it's just gorgeous. I fell in love with this cover as soon as it was announced. I'm not sure if it was announced on Amazon or when I seen it on Amazon. Like, it was probably announced way before that. But when I saw it on Amazon, I was like, this is gorgeous, and I cannot wait for this to come in. So it has really grown on the list of this is my favorite. It might be my all-time favorite, honestly, but I mean, like I said, it's hard to pick because they're all so beautiful. But yes, My Hero Academia Volume 12 is absolutely gorgeous. It's got so many elements that I can't explain because, like I said, I'm not very good with the artsy stuff. I mean, I know it's pretty and I know it's not pretty, but I can't go into detail. All I can say is I love the contrast, I love the pop, and it's beautiful, and it is one of my favorites. Next on the list is Haikyuu Volume 9. So we got Hinata on the... why do I always say that? It's not Naruto, you fool. So we've got Hinata. There we go. On the cover, looking awesome. You can see the determination in his body and his face. Everything about it shows how much he loves volleyball. And the action put within this drawing is so perfect. I love this artist's artwork. And this is one of my all-time favorite covers just because you can see the determination on him. And also, it is detailed but also very relaxed at the same time. I don't know how to explain it properly, but it's just so beautiful and I love it. And you can really tell the determination that the characters have in this series just by his face. It is so well presented. It's one of those covers that, like, it just, when you see it, you're like, this looks good. This character is determined. I want to learn more about them. And it is something that I absolutely love. But it was also very difficult to pick this one because there are a lot of beautiful covers in Haikyuu. But I had to pick this one just because it was one of the first ones that ever grabbed my attention. And I absolutely love his determination in it. The final cover I picked is, of course, a One Piece volume because they have some of the most beautiful volumes I have ever seen. So I picked One Piece volume 69 because it is absolutely gorgeous. Luffy's looking like a badass. Zoro's looking like a badass. You got pretty much all the stuff that's going on in this arc right on the cover, and it is absolutely awesome. I love how Smoker is extending throughout the cover. There's a character that I haven't met yet, this little pink dragon, but that's cool. I gotta learn about that. You got Law looking awesome but beat up at the same time. You got Chopper in his beast mode. Like, it's awesome, and everything about it is so pleasing to the eye. Like, the name even pops out a little bit, just enough for you to be like, this is One Piece. But let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the epicness of what's going on in this cover. And it is so gorgeous, so full of life. Even the background, you got like this piece from the laboratory, and then you've got like a map in the background with the gray. It is so gorgeous, and I have no complaints about this. Other than, like, I just want it to be bigger so I can put it on my wall because it is pretty epic. Oda's artwork is always gorgeous, and this is by far one of my favorite covers of all time, especially of One Piece, because I could do a One Piece top 5 or even a top 10 because they are all so wonderful. It was very difficult for me to pick just One Piece. I had to tell myself just one from each series because One Piece has some of the most beautiful covers I have ever seen, and they're all so well developed and they're all so full, and that is one reason I love them, is because he doesn't just put one character on there, he makes it feel alive, and I absolutely adore that. He uses all the space to its best potential every time. Some of them don't always work out as good as others, but just the fact that he puts so much love into the covers is enough for me to be like, this is amazing. And especially on this one when Luffy's just like in his I'm done with this shit like mode. I just absolutely adore it. But yeah, like, I picked this one as my final manga artwork. I hope you guys like my list. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and comment down below because like I said, I don't have a lot of manga but these are the ones that I absolutely adored. And if there's something really cool out there that I don't know about, please let me know, because manga artwork can be really badass. And these are the ones that I think are the most beautiful and awesome out of the 5 that I own. Or out of the 5. Out of the collection that I have, these are my favorite 5. So we're going ahead and we're going to move on to the next question. I hope that answered what you were wanting to know. I hope it was in detail enough. But anyway, let's move on because I'm bad at transitions. Okay, so the next question is also very, very difficult. It is, who is my favorite anime character? And I'm just going to put this out there. I could not pick one. I had to put Bakugo and Todoroki next to each other. Because if you have read the manga and if you kept up currently with the anime, Bakugo's character has developed so much from the beginning, it is hard not to love him. And Todoroki has always been my favorite in My Hero Academia. And yes, they're both from My Hero Academia because that's what's currently on my mind, but also the characters change all the time. Like when I was watching Orange, Conqueror was my boy. Like when I'm watching One Piece, Chopper is my fave. Like it's so difficult for me because I love anime and I love all these characters, but when I did this question, because it was so hard, I had to ask my boyfriend, hey, which one do I talk about the most? Which one do you think I like the most? And he picked Todoroki, and the more I thought about it, I was like, yes, but Kacchan's also freaking epic. So I had to pick Kacchan and Todoroki. I know I'm supposed to pick one, but it's so difficult, so I'm sorry. It is one of the hardest questions. It's worse than the manga question. It took me a while to pick these two, but like I said, it constantly changes, and it could change tomorrow, it could change today. It's not a for sure thing. Along with this though, I also wanted to put favorite manga characters on there because they don't have an anime yet, but it is such a great character and one of the most human characters I have ever seen in a manga, and that is Thorfinn from Vinland Saga. I have talked so much about Vinland Saga, I've probably talked your ear off, but Thorfinn is one of those characters that just you can connect to because you see this child's story from the beginning to when he becomes a man. He becomes like this, it's just this awesome transition. It's like this life transition and it feels so real. I mean, there's parts of the manga that of course you're just like, whoa, that's insane, but the character you can just connect with so much, and that's one reason I love him, and I had to put him on this list even though I know I'm supposed to pick one, but come on, Thorfinn is epic as well. And before I get into spoilers, I'm going ahead and transition on to the next question because I'm really bad about that, and Thorfinn is my boy too. So let's go ahead and move on to the next question. Okay, so the next question is, what kind of music do I enjoy listening to? So I'm one of those people that I'm all over the place. I'm not a huge screamo fan or like really heavy metal, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't like people yelling at me. It hurts my feelings. But also, I don't know, I've never been super into it. I like medium stuff, like I don't know, a good example, because I don't want to pick one and then be like, hey, that's not a medium good example. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm not the biggest fan of country, but I will listen to some. But like, everything other than that, I'm normally down for. As long as it's got a good beat and it's fun, or I can connect with it, I'm normally good with it. Like recently, I've been listening to a lot of K-pop, because K-pop is awesome. Like BTS are my boys, but also I'll go to like 80s hair bands and like listen to Bon Jovi and Poison and like Motley Crue, and I'll just transition from that to like 90s music, and I'm just like all over the place. Like the next time I'll listen to 60s music. If it sounds good to me, I listen to it. I'm just a music fan. If you don't know my name, I'm a music lover. So like I'm all over the place with it. I'll listen to a lot of stuff. I won't listen to absolutely everything, but I listen to a wide variety of stuff, and I'm not normally very picky. But yeah, like if I were to say at my current moment, my top 3 favorite bands would probably be BTS, of course, Day 6, because Day 6 is legit, and possibly The Rose. They're all K-pop, but I mean, I'm in this K-pop is awesome well, I'm not gonna say phase because it is life. It is awesome. I love K-pop. But yeah, those are probably the most I listen to, and that last one could change out to like GOT7 or like Eastlight or like anything in between. Like it's just, I absolutely love music, and like my top people always change. But like at the moment, those are my big ones. But yeah, that's kind of me on music. I'm all over the place. I love music, if you can't tell by my tag. But yeah, I listen to just about everything. Like I said, not a huge fan of Screamo because I don't like being yelled at. And never been a ginormous fan of country, but I will listen to some. So I hope that answered your question, and we're going to go ahead and move on. Alright guys, that was the end of part 1. I don't want to make this too long because I don't want it to be a nightmare for people. I hope you learned a bit about me, and I hope you enjoyed. I hope I answered all the questions to the best of my ability, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Also, before I go, I want to say thank you for the 150 subscribers. I know I haven't been the most on schedule person lately, but it has been crazy hectic, like I have said. Also, I got sick, and I'm not feeling well as well today. Like, my back is in so much pain. Like, if you could tell from my voice, I'm not completely over my sickness. But I felt so bad that I wanted to bring out a video because this is important to me, and it is something that I want to say thank you for. So thank you so much for supporting me and, like, watching my mess of videos. But anyway, thank you. I hope this was very informative. I hope you have a wonderful day, and peace.